Danny, we are standing at a memorial to the legendary Burma Road. You can see the replicas of the convoys that came down here. This place looms large in Israel's modern history.
Indeed. First of all, topographically, notice that we are inside a little valley, so the traffic here is hidden. And it was opened by heavy machinery that this is illustrating in this sculpture. And once the road is open, the convoys loaded with weapons, ammunition, food, all the vital things, medicine, everything that the Jews besieged in Jerusalem are in need of, they start commuting up this road.
Wow, you can only imagine the hustle, the bustle, the buzz, the noise for a 6-month period that was occurring right where we are standing. And Danny, we have a map right here, by the way, at this memorial. This legendary Burma Road this was the lifeline in the existence of the modern state of Israel, really, and in particular in Jerusalem. As this map shows, only about 7 miles long. The 7 most crucial miles probably in the War of Independence, arguably, I would say.
Indeed. Latrun is not shown on the map here. It's like outside the frame.
The fortress Latrun.
The fortress of Latrun is blocking the original road.
With the Jordanian forces very strong there.
Exactly, and also the ridge beyond it. It was called the Ridge of the Cannons. So you cannot pass along what is now like Highway number 1. The Burma Road is the bypass that goes through this valleyed area. And then here you have a very difficult topographical gap that had to bridge. And then it ascends up to Dir Makhsir or Saris, which are now Israeli villages, or connect to Highway number 1, which was under Israeli control after some point. But this will be the critical area that you need to manage to pass. And this is what this is all documented.
Yeah, and looming in the distance, Danny, as you said, is that Jordanian-controlled fortress, the fortress of Latrun, heavily fortified, crawling with Jordanian snipers, I'm sure, who would just love to get a shot at these convoys that were coming down here at Burma Road, but thankfully they were out of reach and they were camouflaged. The Israeli convoys that were going up to Jerusalem.
Yes, this was actually the range of the cannons, but they didn't have a visual of it, so they didn't know what they were targeting. At some point they realized there's something going on here. They could hear the noise, but their cannons were ineffective.
And Danny, it's another one of those modern miracles we see in the modern history of the land of Israel. 1948, against all odds, the Jewish people survived. They reestablished their ancestral homeland. Just little wrinkles in history, little wrinkles in that war, like the Burma Road. It just is endlessly fascinating, and you can see God's hand in it throughout that war for independence.
Yes, and the most problematic part was the section that's up ahead. Let me show you that.
And it's very steep, as you
Yes,
explained.
I'm not even sure my car can make it, but let's try.
Let's give it a try.
Up next, the living legacy of the Burma Road. Plus, how did it get its very un-Israeli name? Find out after the break.